my personal battle, not as anything particularly collective. Sugar and Slate is an interrogation of Williams's identity, but it's also an investigation into nationality, Welshness, Britishness, class, gender and ethnicity, while offering the reader fascinating insights into Wales's untold black history, which has been overlooked by historians who only select white historical timelines, and historians who explore Britain's black history but have omitted Wales from their research. One such example is that we learn about the Religious African Training Institute founded in Colwyn Bay in 1889 to educate African boys, drawing them from all over the African continent. Many of the boys, employed in various trades, were familiar figures around town. Their presence, and that of others, evokes a more multicultural history of Wales than most people imagine. I am reminded of the African Academy, founded a century earlier by religious social reformers in Clapham, London, in 1799, which attracted the sons and daughters of wealthy Sierra Leoneans who were educated there. The Academy was fictionalised in the young adult novel Jupiter Williams, published in 2011 by S.I. Martin. Sugar and Slate, so named after the raw cane industry that underpinned slavery in the Caribbean and the once dominant slate production industry of Wales, is also an impressive study of her parents, written with the wise maturity of an adult who has thought long and hard about them. She acknowledges that her analysis is hindsight. There is her Guyanese father, more remote than not, both physically and psychically, but who takes her on memorable archaeological digs in Nigeria as a child, and her Welsh mother, from a country and language subjugated by England and deeply rooted in the Welshness she wants for her children, over whom she is fiercely protective. In Wales, a country oppressed by the English, her children are also oppressed. The memoir is rich with complicated layers of connections and contradictions that defy simple reductionist statements about power and abuse, identity and marginalisation, good and bad. Once ensconced in Wales, their father visits sporadically until he leaves them altogether. In later life, Williams moves to Guyana with her husband, connecting to her father's home country, but again, from the standpoint of an outsider, a foreigner, as well as being seen as an outsider within the expat community she ostensibly belongs to, but where she doesn't fit in as a working-class woman of colour. All of this further complicates her sense of belonging by adding a fourth country that serves as a temporary home. I've never read a memoir quite like this one before. Although memoirs are typically about its author's life, and Williams has certainly lived a well-travelled one, it is also enriched with cultural and social history alongside the psychogeographical impact of migration and immigration. It presents a new, more multicultural version of Wales and is a great companion read to the other Welsh book published alongside it, Dat's Love, by Leonora Brito, in this landmark series.
Preface. I grew up in a small town amongst people with pale faces, feeling that somehow to be half Welsh and half Afro-Caribbean was always to be half of something, but never quite anything whole at all. I grew up in a world of mixed messages about belonging, about home, and about identity. It's a truism that those who go searching for their roots often learn more about the heritage they set aside than the one that they seek. In the 1980s, serendipity took me to the Caribbean, to the country of my estranged father, and I began a journey I had not anticipated. It was a journey that took me across a physical terrain spanning 3 continents, and across a complex internal landscape. If I set out with the idea to document something of my searching as a second-generation Black Briton, what began as an account of a journey became an account of a confrontation with myself and with the idea